Serving Amherst and Amherst Township, your hometown television station, Amherst City Cable.
Hello, welcome sports fans. This is the Sports Show. I'm your host Ty House, along with the big homie
Alex Squares. How you doing, Ty?
Oh man, me. It's sports time. It's fall. We got the NBA getting ready to start up. We got the NFL in mid swing, and the MLB about to wind up.
And that's a lot of people talk about October being the best month in sports.
No.
The only argument I ever hear against it is April.
Right.
Which I tend to agree with, but you still have to admit that October's a great month for sports. Like you said, the NFL's in full swing. We have the World Series. We have the start of, what do you call it? NBA. We're starting that up. Mm-hmm. College basketball gets started soon, too.
Oh, my God. We got college football getting ready to kick off.
Yeah, college football and everything,
the ranking of the top 4.
Yeah, right.
That's for the start. So, it's always a good season,
But still, in April, you have March Madness. You have baseball kicking off. You have the NBA
good
playoffs. You have the Masters.
12 months a year if you are a sports fan.
That's true.
Because you have now it's set up where you got NFL runs 12 months. It's non-ending.
You're right, and it's annoying, frankly.
The NBA. 12 months.
Yep.
It's nonstop. If you were a sports fan, though,
yeah,
awesome times. Mm-hmm. I keep hearing the little buzz of Pacquiao, Mayweather, maybe.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
We'll talk about that some other time, though. Right now, we want to talk about what's kicking off tonight.
That's right.
We got the World Series against two combatants that was not on our radar.
That's not true.
Yeah, you did have the Giants.
We both did.
I had the Giants losing to the Dodgers.
Still, we had we both said when we did the playoff preview show, we both said that you have to watch out for the Giants.
Bumgarner.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
They're battle tested. They've done it before. It's an even number year. So and they're playing really good, and they take that one game wild card, and they've taken all the way to the World Series, and so is Kansas City.
Kansas City undefeated. Mm-hmm. Like, undefeated in postseason.
Yeah, they're just ripping through everyone.
The Angels. Started with Oakland, real quick. Mm-hmm. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. The Angels.
That game was, were they
awesome.
Down 4 runs in the 8th, and they came back, and so that could have been the end of it.
But get out of here.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The Angels. That's the best team. They had the best record.
Yep.
The power hitters they got, Trout and
we had spoke about it, when we did the playoff preview show. They don't have pitching.
Out of here.
Yep.
Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Swept my Tigers.
Real quick, made quick work out of them.
And then got
Detroit. That bullpen. Ugh. They got to do something about that this offseason. They have to.
They need to be sitting back taking note of what Kansas City has done. Because their bullpen.
Get a bullpen, right.
You get to that 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th with the lead, it's over.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, they have good starting pitching. They don't have, dominant starting pitching, but they have good starting pitching. They have, good hitters up and down the line. They don't hit very many home runs. They don't have power hitters. They don't have guys that are going to hit 30 home runs.
Although they have been hitting a few home runs this postseason.
That's true. But it comes down to the defense, which is awesome. I don't remember who it was, but I was listening to some beat reporter talking about how he's never seen a team that enjoys playing defense as much as the Kansas City Royals do.
All right.
And then you throw that bullpen in there. The bullpen and the defense will keep them in so many games. Just keep them in it. And then, Ned Yost goes to that small ball stuff and manufactures runs, while all the while they're keeping runs from getting on the board for the opposing team with their defense in their bullpen. So it's not the most spectacular formula for winning games, but it's working for them.
So if you was to give an edge to the starting lineup,
I'd give to the Giants.
to the Giants,
Yeah.
I mean, tonight you got Bumgarner. I just like his name. Then he come with the swag, through the NLCS where each game they won, he added a bottle to his celebration.
Oh, did he?
Oh man, Bumgarner I like him.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool dude.
But after that, it kind of falls off, to be truthful with you a little bit.
Well, you have it's just because you're right. He is head and shoulders better than any other starter they have.
Right.
The kid, Yasmiero Petit, he's been pitching really good for him. Then you still have Lincecum. You have what's his name, Vogelsong. So these are all solid guys, but none of them are even close to what Madison Bumgarner is.
And then you got the Royals. They can throw some heat at you.
Oh, yeah.
Early.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, they got James Shield and the young guy,
Yordano Ventura.
Yordano Ventura. That young man looks like he's about 17, 18 years old.
He does. And he like a lot of these young fireballers, that come up, he's a little wild.
I seen him do a 103.
Yeah. He'll hit it.
Like, why are you throwing the ball that hard? I mean, really, like.
But yeah, like I said, he's a little wild, but when he gets himself right, he's hard to hit.
So, we're going to get an edge to the starting pitching to the Giants. What about the starting lineup in general? Which way would you go? The Royals or the Giants?
No. We already did the lineup. The lineup edge went to the Giants. The starting pitching edge, I'm going to give the Kansas City Royals.
Okay.
Not just because like you said, the Giants have Bumgarner, but
Right.
behind him,
It falls off.
right where Kansas City has solid starters. They have Guthrie. They have, like you said, Ventura and James Shields.
How you say it?
Yordano
Ventura.
And then and then you
15 years old.
in the World Series, you really don't go more than 3-4 deep out of your rotation anyway. So
And the World Series is set up in the 2-3-2 format.
yeah,
So
which I happen to like.
And this was something else I don't know if everybody know, but the way that it's decided on who is the home team is in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well,
Right now, you only get 3 games at home because these bums didn't play up to par in
It does kind of suck.
All-Star game.
Because you're right. You're right because it really isn't a true representation, but it makes the All-Star game more interesting.
If you got a guy that's on the All-Star game that know he's on the team that's not going to be in the chase.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is that now in the All-Star game, every team has to have a representative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got some guys that's like,
Yeah, right. They don't care. They don't care
man,
at all.
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. But I guess this year it works out because both teams were wild card teams.
Yeah, both of them.
So, I mean, the whole wild card added, was that this year they added it? No, last year.
The Indians were last.
So now you got 2 wild card teams in the World Series.
And that's, it just goes to show that, just anybody can win this thing once it begins because it's baseball. It's a different animal than most sports. You go on streaks. But it has a lot of people upset because, Kansas City won, they won one game, but then, they rip off 7 more.
Right.
So
Sweep.
Right. Both of them. They've swept everyone they've played so far. I don't anticipate that being the case with the Giants, but still, they could have not been in the series at all.
Okay, big question. Who you got? Is this going to be a 7-game series? You got the NLCS champion Giants, even year, doing what they normally do? Or do you got this team coming from out of nowhere because nobody had the Kansas City Royals
Yeah, they
at
did.
the start of at the beginning of this season?
I think it's going to have to come down. It's going to have to come to an end for the Royals.
You taking the Giants?
I'm going to take the Giants in 6.
I'm gonna stay on the bandwagon, man, and follow the yellow brick road, man.
Might as well.
And roll with KC, man. I mean,
just a lot of guys there that don't know
what's going on.
Yeah, and then on the other side, they have a lot of guys that know exactly what's going on.
It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm. But ultimately, it comes down to
I think if go ahead.
Nothing against Ned Yost, but Bruce Bochy's one of the best in the business.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I think this World Series is going to be one that's more decided by what's going on the bench, as far as what's going on the field.
Right. It's what's going on the bench and what's going on in the bullpen.
We got the NFL Power Rankings. If we got enough time to get to the Power Rankings, we have a lot going on, a lot of movement. Some things in here I'm mad about. I really don't agree with this list in several ways.
Who is the NFL's or?
This is the NFL. We're
Okay.
gonna talk NBA, kind of like a little preview in our second section.
Yeah.
Tease.
No, well, who put out the power rankings?
Oh, this is the NFL.
Oh, they did it themselves.
Yeah, this is their power ranking.
Yeah. Okay.
If it ever come up.
Well,
I mean, you got some good teams out there.
I was looking at it a little bit earlier. The Eagles number 2 behind Denver.
Behind Denver.
Yeah, that's.
And then the Cowboys. You know.
The Cowboys were the Cowboys 3?
3. The Cowboys are 3.
Huh. That's something I have a problem with. I know you don't like it either.
Okay. Let's speak on it. Let's talk about the Cowboys.
I don't know if we have enough time.
They 6-1. We could get it started right here, right now. We got the Cowboys 6-1. Me and you both agree that they really haven't played anybody.
I mean, there's really no room for us to disagree. It's like pretty much fact they haven't played anyone. They haven't played a single playoff team. And I mean, if you count the Seahawks, and yeah, the Seahawks aren't a lock to get in the playoffs. So if the Seahawks don't make the playoffs, they haven't beat a single playoff team so far.
Only thing that made the win in Seattle legit was that it was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Other than that, no other team on their schedule so far has been a dangerous team, period. I mean, like, you beat St. Louis, you beat Houston.
St. Louis gave them all they could handle, too.
You beat Washington, you beat the Giants, you beat Seattle.
You never know what you're going to get with the Giants these days.
It's a new system in New York, and it's frustrating because you know I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
I'm also an Oakland Raiders fan.
And a Detroit Lions fan. And
so, I guess I root for the underdogs.
How can you even call the Giants the underdogs anymore if they won 2 Super Bowls?
I mean, right now they're the underdogs because it's not looking too good.
But 2 weeks
for this year.
You're right. But like 3 weeks ago, the Giants were the worst team in the NFL, and then 2 weeks ago, they were completely rejuvenated.
Like it was like something was happening. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break. We come back. We're gonna talk NFL.
Get more of this Cowboy stuff too.
Yeah, more of the NFL power rankings as well as the NBA season preview. We get to talk about maybe the East or the Western Conference because we got the regular season kicking off.
We can talk about the Cavs. It's the only team that's going to matter this year. On the sports show.
Our town, our TV. Amherst City Cable.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Listen, your storyline, it makes for incredible TV drama. Thing is, your drug use is too adult for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you. Yeah. Well, have a good one.
You're a nice lady.
Our town, our TV. Amherst City Cable.
Welcome back to the sports show, where we're about to finish talking about the NFL power rankings first. Coming in at number 18, we got the Cleveland Browns, which Disappointed. They disappointed a lot of people this week, losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars, where they didn't even score a single touchdown.
They were ugly,
resulting
too.
into what was could have been. You could easily have called last year's team.
Oh, come on. No. Don't say that.
They weren't able to get in the end zone.
Man, Brandon Whedon out there getting stuck underneath the flag and whatnot.
Oh my goodness! It seemed like it. I mean, what we gonna do? 3-3, bottom of the division, had a chance to move into second place.
I know. They're at the bottom of the division again, just like always. Baltimore's back at the top. We both had Baltimore at the bottom of this division before, if I remember correctly, when we did our pre.
I did take Cincinnati.
I took the Steelers. I remember doing that. And neither of them look very good. Really, Baltimore is the only team in that division that looks
5-2.
Yeah, they look good every week.
We'll get to and
The rest of the division doesn't ever look good.
One thing you could take away from the Browns game is they did score 6 more points than that other team here in Ohio.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, they got worked.
The Cincinnati Bengals did not score. They were the 6th ranked team in the league last week. Mm-hmm. They are now 13.
Yeah, I mean,
moving
I think
down 7 spots.
I want to say that's a little harsh, especially because they don't have AJ Green. You know, they haven't had AJ Green, and that goes to show you how many times on the show have we talked about how bad Andy Dalton is?
But is AJ Green 27 points?
Yes, I stand. I stand by this, that I believe AJ Green is the best wide receiver in the NFL, skill-wise. Ball skills, speed, size, everything.
And
the fact that he's on that Cincinnati Bengals team is the only reason Andy Dalton is worth anything.
Okay, but what happened to the defense?
The defense,
I thought this was one of the we discussed this. They was one of the better defenses, but they are ranked 28th in the league.
They lost Mike Zimmer. He was an outstanding coordinator for them last year. But they've had some injuries. If I'm not mistaken, Carlos Dunlap has missed some time. Ray Malaluga's missed some time. Drake Kirkpatrick's missed some time. But that secondary, just in general, I mean, they have, was it Terrence Newman out there spearheading that defensive secondary? And, you know, they're old back there. They're old. And in a league where everyone wants to pass, you can't have an old, bad secondary. And that's because their front sevens, I mean, been playing all right. You know, they're not allowed a lot of rushing yards, but that secondary is really bad.
Indianapolis, 506 total yards. Cincinnati Bengals, 135 total yards. That's an L.
Well, Andrew Luck, the best in the league.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
There's Andy Dalton, the worst in the league. What do you expect?
Kansas City Chiefs up 5 spots after they knocked off San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, that's
out in San Diego.
Mm-hmm. They beat the Patriots. You know, they have some good wins on their resume. They also have some bad losses.
They had some close road losses at Denver and San Francisco.
Yeah, that too. I think early in the season, a lot of people wrote them off after they lost. You know, they lost.
Week 1.
What?
Week 1.
Week 1. Yeah, they lost.
Tennessee.
Yeah, and they lost a lot of key defensive pieces, and they weren't playing nearly as well. And then Jamal Charles missed some time, and a lot of people wrote them off, but they're back and they're playing good football.
The Detroit Lions.
What do you think about them?
I love it. We in first place. My only gripe is we in first place in the Central Division with the Green Bay Packers, who I might mention our station manager is part owner of the team of the Green Bay Packers. That is, they share first place with us, and we ranked 11. They ranked 5.
Yeah.
We already have beat these guys.
That was a fluke. That was a fluke win, and you know it.
We just we beat these guys. We beat these guys.
No. Well, Detroit.
We beat these guys.
You did beat them.
Bad. That defense stood up. See, and that's what everybody's not realizing about this Detroit team.
What?
We got a defense.
Oh, I think people are realizing that pretty quickly.
I know, because we shut Aaron Rodgers down.
They're playing a different brand of football in Detroit.
What I'm trying to tell you. We
Jim
beat
Caldwell's
Aaron Rodgers.
Changed the culture there.
We beat Eli Manning. We beat Drew Brees
Yeah.
this year.
That's I don't know.
Defense.
And
Because my offense is sputtering.
yeah, that's the thing is that they haven't had Calvin Johnson the past couple weeks.
And we've been finding a way. We've been using everybody else. And we talked about it, and I was saying during preseason that Calvin Johnson didn't play, and it was giving Stafford the opportunity to use other weapons. Now he's focusing a little bit too much on Golden Tate,
Well,
but Golden Tate has been coming through.
yeah, the Golden Tate, that was a huge signing for them. And then he loves to throw the ball to those running backs out of the backfield. And they do a really good job. Joke Bell, Reggie Bush, Theo Riddick, they all do a really good job. And they're decimated at the tight end position too.
It's rough.
So the fact that Matthew Stafford and Jim Caldwell are still making it work, it's impressive, and it's scary to think how good they can be once they're at full health.
Again, you got the Baltimore Ravens coming in at 10. New England Patriots at 9. The Seattle Seahawks, they just lost to the St. Louis Rams.
They're looking very human these days.
They are 3-3 and ranked 8th.
Yeah. Very human. And then they shipped off, one of their best offensive pieces as well.
Traded Percy Harvin.
We haven't even talked about that.
Let's talk about that.
That was...
Traded Percy Harvin.
It happened last Friday, I believe. It was last Friday because we were doing the football game, and I said to the station manager, Greg, I said, the Seahawks traded Percy Harvin, and he's like, what? And I couldn't, when we do the football games, we can't get any service out there because of all the networks all soaked up, so we couldn't find out any information on it. So it's been a mystery, but turns out Percy Harvin is a big knucklehead and can't get along with anyone. Whoa, what was that?
I mean, it's obviously something wrong with this young guy. He's super talented, amazing athlete. He was drafted first-round draft pick to Minnesota. He was an amazing athlete there, did some pretty special things
He really
when
did.
he was healthy. He's had issues with concussions as well as other injuries, and was shipped out of Green Bay, Minnesota, which was like, what?
Yeah,
You just gave him to Seattle?
Yeah,
Huh?
that was alarming in itself.
And then he goes to Seattle. He's there, 1 year? He plays maybe 2 games in the regular season.
Yeah.
He don't show up none in the playoffs. He show up at the Super Bowl. His amazing athletic talent, all that shows up. He scores a touchdown.
Yep.
Helps the team win the Super Bowl. He's the number 1 threat on the team.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Nah, he's out of there. He's maybe in a better place as far as him.
Yeah.
I mean, because I from what I hear is, everywhere Percy Harvin has been, he's been the man. And when you the man, you kind of collide.
Yeah.
And that might be the problem. So in New York, he got the opportunity to be the man again.
That's true because there really isn't anyone else there.
No one else.
Who else is going to be the man there besides him?
So we'll
Certainly
see.
not going to be Geno Smith.
Yeah, he definitely got to find somebody to get along with.
Yeah.
And I think him and Geno might bump heads because to me, I don't see what everybody see in Geno. I don't like the way he throw the ball. I mean, he don't throw the ball. He push.
Yeah, he's
He has
not
like a push.
he's not
It's
good.
horrible.
And I don't know, he doesn't have very good mechanics. He doesn't have it upstairs either. So.
All right, coming in, we got number 7, the Arizona Cardinals, 6, San Diego Chargers, 5, the Green Bay Packers, aforementioned Green Bay Packers.
Your Super Bowl champions soon to be.
That's who you got? You riding with Green Bay?
Oh yeah.
We got the Colts coming in at number 4. 5-2. Dallas Cowboys, who we talked about,
Yeah.
6-1. Philadelphia Eagles, who are also 5-1, or like 5-1. They 2 ahead of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So the NFC, what is that? The Central? No, that's the Central East. Has 2 teams in the top 3.
Yeah. And this was division preseason. A lot of people didn't know, thought a team could win this division, at 9-7.
Could even win, yeah, right.
Yeah.
50%.
Right.
You know something else I see about this top 4 with Denver being at the top? Indianapolis is at 4. Mm-hmm. Peyton's old team, his new team. I seen a statistic earlier too. You know, most touchdown passes this year. You would think it's Peyton Manning.
No.
It's Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Is Peyton Manning even second?
They're tied, 19 apiece.
They're tied at 19?
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
Philip Rivers has got to be close, though.
He's a little bit behind. He disappointed me this week.
But Andrew Luck, I've been a big fan of
Talented.
his,
He's very talented.
since he's been in the league, and he's the, if you're going to start an NFL franchise, he's the guy.
That's the guy.
He's got to be.
That's the guy.
And it's not just his arm, it's his legs, it's his brain. Everything he does he is just so good.
We skipped over San Francisco. They 14.
They're a weird one. They really are.
Right.
They are.
That's why I guess that's why I went back to him to see how do you feel about San Francisco?
It's weird, you know. The defense is still playing well.
They got a lot of injuries.
That's the thing. They have injuries and suspensions, but they're still playing well enough. They're stopping the run pretty well, but the secondary is not great.
They got mollywop last week against Denver.
It was hard to watch. They're missing a couple pieces on the offensive line as well. Plus, you know, I mean, they've always gotten erratic quarterback play from Colin Kaepernick. You know, he's never been exactly a model of consistency. And Vernon Davis has been missed some games, so it's really hard to tell exactly how good they are because they haven't been healthy in a while.
This little cluster right here. The Chicago Bears, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cleveland Browns. All 3 of these teams got the talent to move up and be special. Like Pittsburgh last night, they really didn't play a good game, but they played like an amazing minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, one minute it was 13-0, and the next minute it was 24-0. Like, what the?
I don't know if they played an amazing 3 minutes, but I know the Houston Texans played a horrible 3 minutes.
I went to the bathroom. I came back. It was 24-13.
It was. It was literally that fast.
I said, man, I turned the TV and started watching something else.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to get to the NBA.
We'll do that next week, though.
We will do a show next week. It will be all about the NBA
How
as
long
we talk
until
about.
the season kicks off?
Season kicks off next week, so we got to do the preview next week.
Perfect.
So that's what we'll do next week. We'll talk all NBA, get you caught up on all the latest teams, who's where, who we think gonna win it all. It's a couple of teams that could do it.
There's one team that can do it.
Couple teams. This is the sports show, maybe 4 teams. This is the sports show. That is
Alex Squares.
I am Ty House. We are out of here till next week. Peace.
Serving Amherst and Amherst Township, your hometown television station, Amherst City Cable.